Hello guys, Robobat1 here, and today we are doing a segment that I haven't done for a while, and this is the Future of Yu-Gi-Oh! Now, the Future of Yu-Gi-Oh!, for you guys who don't know, is a segment on my channel where I talk about cards that I think are interesting, or that will be pretty good later on in the game. And today we're talking about two new cards, and they're quite interesting cards. One is one that is interesting and kind of, why did you make this? And the other one is, why? Yes, we need the other three. You probably guessed what the other one is by me just saying what the other three, but let's get straight into this video because I really just want to talk about these cards because it's been a while since we've done the Future of Yu-Gi-Oh! On my channel, so it's really cool for me to actually do this because I enjoy talking about new cards that are coming out, and that's just something I've always liked doing on this channel. I haven't been able to talk about proper new cards in a while because Konami ain't really given me anything interesting to talk about. They haven't given me much new cards to talk about. And seeing these new cards really does make me think, yes, something new and interesting for me to talk about to you guys. But anyway, let's get into this video where I talk about these cards. So, the first card we'll be talking about is Urgent Emergency Assistance Rescue. Now, what do I get from this name? The Wonder Pets. What do we want? Teamwork. Yeah, so instantly from this artwork, from its name, I get the Wonder Pets instantly. And for you guys who don't know what the Wonder Pets is, it's basically a kids' TV show that was on when I was younger. Just something for kids to learn how to work as a team and stuff, which was really something that was good for kids. But anyway, the card's effect, it's a normal spell card, and its effect is, if your life points is lower than your opponent's, okay, reveal 3 beast-type monsters with 300 attack and 100 defense from your deck, so basically every rescue monster ever made, and all the monsters are targeted by this, from your deck. Your opponent chooses 1 for you to add to your hand, and you shuffle the rest back into your deck. You can only activate 1 urgent emergency assistant rescue per turn. Now, this card is a very interesting card. This card is able to search you a rescue ferret, rescue cat, rescue hamster, or rescue rabbit. Sadly, your opponent gets to choose which one they give you, but nonetheless, it's still a very interesting card because you could be like, oh, I reveal 3 rescue ferret. Now with rescue ferret, I'm allowed to use. Now with rescue ferret, I can normal summon it if I've got a link monster in the link zone, in the extra monster zone. Then I can summon 2 monsters into those extra monster zones. To those linked zones. So that's a very interesting thing. Also, when Rescue Rabbit gets unbanned, seeing as it does have its errata, and all we need to get over here is its errata for it to be unbanned. That can be a searchable target as well, so you could reveal a rescue rabbit, a rescue cat or 2, depending on how many they bring back. And which is also very good because you're able to then use its effect to summon out 2 beast monsters. And also with Rescue Rabbit itself, if they, for some reason, they give you Rescue Rabbit, I don't know why they would. They would never. Then you get to summon 2 normal monsters from your deck, which is actually really good. Also, there's you can also search Rescue Hamster, but that's not really that good right now, purely because the Pendulum is kind of dying in the Link format. And this comes out in Code of the Duelist, which is the first main set for the Link format. So we're not going to really have much of a chance to use this in our format right now, but it's going to be interesting. It also has a kind of a downfall where your life points have to be lower than your opponent's to actually activate it. So if you were to use this, I would think you'd have to use cards that would decrease your life points at turn 1, or your opponent would have to somehow burn you yourself to be able to actually use this card. So it does have a lot of downsides to it, but in the late game, I could see this card being very handy purely because it allows you to get like any monster to your hand, or any of the rescue monsters to your hand, which is very, very good. But yeah, in general, it is actually quite a good card. It's very interesting, and I can't wait to see what we can actually do with it in the Link era, because it's a very interesting card in general. So yeah, that's Urgent Emergency Rescue Assistance Rescue, the Wonder Pets. But yeah, very interesting card. I can't wait to see what we're actually doing. And the next card, which is kind of weird for it to be coming out in the Link era, seeing as it was the only card in the anime we didn't get the effect for, or was summoned legitly. Well, can't remember if it was summoned legitly. It probably was. And that is Supreme King Servant Dragon Starving Venom. Now, this card is the card that was the last to be summoned out of all the Supreme Dragon King monsters in the anime, I believe. And it's just really cool to see this card, because it's like, oh, this card has such a great effect and such good utility, but the only downside is it's being released in the Link era, meaning it's not going to be very viable. But right now, if it was released now, I'd say it'd be very good, because if you'd use it in the New Magician stuff, you could use it in any Dark Sword Pendulum deck, which is, let's be honest, only the Magician stuff, but that's not the point. It's a very good idea, and I do think the card is very interesting, so let's actually get into this card so we can have a little talk about it. So, it's a Dark, level 8, 2800 attack, 2000 defense, same stats as the normal one, fusion monster. Dark, of course. It takes 2 Dark Pendulum monsters to make. Must be either fusion summoned or special summoned by attributing the above cards, in which case you do not use polymerization, and cannot be special summoned by other ways. So instantly, it can only be summoned by a contact fusion with 2 pendulum monsters, which is quite good, because it means it's a generic card that you don't really need to use stuff like polymerization or dice fusion, any of that stuff to actually make this card, which is very good. Its effect is, once per turn you can target one other monster on the field, or in either player's graveyards. So right away, great effect, just great effect in general. Being able to target either any monster on the board or in the graveyard is just an insane effect. It's just so good. The next part of it is, until the end phase, this card's name becomes that target's original name and replaces this effect with that target's original effect. Also, if a monster you control attacks a defense position monster this turn, inflict piercing battle damage to your opponent. So essentially, if this card targets something, it gains the effect, and it gives all other monsters on the board the ability to piercing damage. So it's essentially an Orichalc for a pendulum deck, for other pendulum decks, which is just amazing in general, because that effect is truly amazing. Because if it was released now, it would be like, oh, Pendulum 5, use 2 to make this, then have 2 monsters on board that give piercing damage. Plus, because of stuff like Iris Magician, you can then you can then destroy the Iris Magician to give any of your monsters a double piercing damage. So with double piercing damage on one of your monsters, it's just absolutely amazing and stupid. So, Supreme King Servant Dragon Starving Venom, huge name, whoever plays this is going to have a hard time putting on a deck list, is just an amazing card in general, and I can't actually wait to see if it's actually going to be used in the Link era, if it's going to be good in the Link era, because it truly is a great card and has a really good effect. So, yeah guys, that's my opinion. Those are the 2 cards that I wanted to talk about. I know that isn't a very long video, but I really did want to talk about these 2 cards because we finally got something interesting for me to talk about, which hasn't happened in quite a while. But yeah guys, anyway, and sorry for the camera shaking a lot. I'm trying to keep the sun off the little camera thing there. Plus, I'm in my bed, of course, so can't keep 100% still. But anyway, guys, I'm happy that these cards have been released because it finally gave me something to talk about with you guys. And yeah, so this is the Future of Yu-Gi-Oh! It's finally come back. Hopefully, it'll give us more cards to talk about because I really do want to talk about some more cards. But yeah, guys, this is Robert1. And oh wait, no, why am I signing out? I haven't even done the rest of it yet. Please remember to like, comment, and subscribe for more Yu-Gi-Oh videos. Press the notification button to be able to get notified of my future videos. And remember to tell me what your thoughts are on these cards in the comment section below. Robert1 is now signing out. Thanks for watching.